Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dave TV. How you doing? It's a dark Sunday morning, kind of cloudy out there. The 11th of August, 2013. Just had breakfast. Hope I don't have anything in my beard. So look at this. I guess I got to stand back for you to see this. This double broadsheet spread ad here for Jeff Bezos. Look at this thing. I'll tell you, this is today's paper, Sunday paper, August the 11th. And look at the front page there. It's for Bezos, post represents new frontier. I don't know, it's like the person who says, I'm not a crook. I'm not a crook. Really? I'm not a crook. 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 The more they say it, the more you think, what are they hiding? They're a crook. And the more I keep reading about how wonderful Jeff Bezos is, Bezos, whatever, the more I'm wondering, what's up with that? I mean, they dutifully report that Amazon.com doesn't pay local taxes, and they dutifully report that Amazon.com, sometimes doesn't pay the best wages, and they dutifully report that Amazon.com, the people that work for them, especially in their fulfillment centers, don't have the best conditions, da-da-da-da-da. But Jeff Bezos is wonderful. He's Christ-like. He's brilliant. He's smart. he knows how to run an online business really well, and he puts bookstores out of business, and he's going to save our little paper. Okay, now repeat that and tell us that again, and tell us that again, and tell us that again, and write up some more. Two big sales took place in the Washington media market in the last couple of weeks. The Washington Post got sold to Jeff Bezos, who's the founder of Amazon.com. The other one, and this was $250 million, by the way. The other one was the sale of Channel 7, WJLA, DC's ABC affiliate, All Britain's TV station complex there, to Sinclair out of Baltimore for almost $1 billion. Now, if you break WJLA out of that sale, it's probably $800 million. Now, WJLA sold for $800 million roughly, and the Post sold for $250 million. So which is the bigger deal? Financially, definitely the WJLA deal is. Now, how many articles has the Washington Post written about the WJLA to Sinclair deal? How many? I think they did one dutiful little, the sale happened, blah, 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 the day after it happened. I think that's all. There's one, right? Maybe they may have done a few more little write-ups on their website that I didn't catch, But for most, in the least print edition, they did one just to the fact article. They haven't written articles about how wonderful Sinclair is or how terrible Sinclair is or anything like that. And Sinclair is a very controversial firm. And Paul Faria, he was on vacation, so he didn't bother to write anything about it, and they didn't get Celia Kang or anybody else to write about it. Any investigative pieces about, what Sinclair does around the country in its news gathering business, and it's controversial. They are a controversial firm. And they have bought a television station in Washington, which cost 3 times what the Washington Post sold for, okay? And that they didn't see, that is what is wrong with this newspaper. Catherine Weymouth, I always call her Tina, Catherine Weymouth and the Graham family, they are just blind to their faults. They can't see them. And, they're still in the universe that the world revolves around the Washington Post. And you know what? It doesn't anymore. And that's the thing. Even in the Washington media market, they're the big kahuna. WTOP radio is worth more than the Washington Post is. WTOP radio. And WTOP is not a small staff news station. I mean, they have a good staff, but it is a lean and mean machine. And, compared to the bureaucracy of this paper, I mean, I don't know how many people the Washington Post employs compared to WTOP, but it's a hell of a lot more. And yet, WTOP is more valuable as a media asset than the Washington Post is. any of the major TV stations, Channel 7, WJLA, 4RC, 5TTG, and Channel 9, any of those would sell for 3 to 4 times what the Washington Post sells for. It's bizarre. So it makes me wonder why the over coverage of Jeff Bezos. They should have covered it. I'm not saying they shouldn't have, but then move on with it. But just to keep covering it and keep telling us it, and then writing these stories about how just wonderful Catherine Weymouth is. I mean, this woman, this poor publisher lady who doesn't know anything, is part of the reason why this paper's in the ditch that it is today. I'm not saying that they maybe could have prevented it, the decline and fall of the Washington Post over the last 5 or 6 years, but they certainly didn't stop it. And, so it's like we give up. We don't know what we're doing. We want, I always like, who's that guy? Oh, damn, I can't think of his name. I had this all prepared and now I can't think of the guy's name. Oh yeah, it's gonna drive me nuts now. Let's see. Clinton, third party candidate, 1992. What was his name? I can't think of it. Oh, damn, that drives me crazy. There he is, Ross Perot. Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of his name. Ross Perot, whenever he was in a debate, they'd ask him a question. How are you going to solve this? How are you going to solve this? How are you going to solve this? And he would always go, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a team of experts, the best experts I can figure out, and we're going to get them in a room together, and we're going to figure out an answer. I'm not going to lock the door. I'm going to say, now you figure out an answer to this problem, and they're going to do it, and then that's how I'm going to solve the problem. Thank you. Well, Mr. Perot, how are you going to solve this problem? Well, I'm going to look for the team of the best people that know anything, and I'm going to lock them in a room together, and we're going to get them. And that's kind of the way the Post is. Now, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to solve the problem. The paper's going down the tubes. The internet's killing us. Advertisers are going away to other cheaper forms, more effective forms. Going to the radio even. The old radio's beating us. Well, we're going to hire Mr. Bezos here, and he's going to get a team of experts and lock them in a room and figure something out. That's kind of, it's like it's almost like we just effing don't know what we're going to do. It's scary, man. It is. One of the dangers of having the Washington Post go away or become severely diminished or whatever it's going to be, or whether Bezos decides to just use it as his little, I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Bezos runs for president someday. Maybe 2016, he could run as an independent. Hillary Clinton's going to be running over here, and maybe Jeb Bush over there, and then we have Jeff Bezos as the center guy, and he can use his Washington Post and its influence as his, somehow as a tool for his presidential run. That wouldn't surprise me in the next step of this brilliant man, presidency of the United States. I mean, why just be the head of Amazon and the Washington Post? Why not do that? Something's up here, and these Post people are just kind of playing for stooges, and they're desperate, and Tina Weymouth, Catherine Weymouth, and the Graham family, and all that, they're going to walk away with this fine. They'll have lots of money, and they'll be able to buy their retirement homes, and a lot of the Post people will lose their jobs, and they'll probably get them somewhere else. There's a 7-Elevens and stuff, but there's a lot more to meets the eye of this paper, and it's there's a certain creepy nature to this newspaper, and it's certain insecurity nature to this newspaper that I'm seeing right now. It's sad, really sad. But yeah, they really, really needed to cover more of that Sinclair takeover of Channel 7, which is a big deal, and nothing, because the world revolves around the Washington Post and not around anything else, media-wise. I don't know. It's another reason why this paper isn't very good anymore. Okay, and everybody who reads it knows that, except the folks that write it. They're just in their little cuckoo cloud, like, I write for the Washington Post. I must be really something special. All right, folks. Well, that's all I'm going to rant about today. Oh, I'm also doing another thing, the DCRTV mailbag. A lot of complaints lately about the mailbag, that we've got a lot of people. There's a couple of serial posters, you get them on any media blog board or anything like that, and they just kind of take over. And then they just banter back and forth and nonsense stuff. I'm really, I've always tried to be a very, lightweight moderator on the mailbag, and now I'm going to start sticking to really keeping things on topic and getting away from some of these serial posters that have taken over things, and then off topic crap. So we'll probably for the next couple weeks see a lot less postings on the mailbag as some of these people go away, and hopefully we'll get more gravitational, thoughtful, and on-topic pieces. So we're going to see a little transition on the mailbag. I'm going to keep a really close eye on that. Make sure that people are sticking to their topics. I love it when you read these articles. When you see an article from the Washington Post or something on the internet, on their website, and there'll be 100, 1,000 comments or 500 comments, and then you start reading through the comments, and they're all just complete and total bullshit. Somebody will post something, and then there'll be 20 people, yeah, you're an idiot, no, you're not, yeah, you're an idiot, you're stupid, and then it goes off into these crazy tangents, and it's like, who ever reads any of that? Nobody does. It's just crap. And so a little moderation here. We don't. It doesn't ever get that bad on the mailbag because I do moderate things and keep a close eye on things. But I'm going to be keeping a tighter watch on things. And a number of people have said, David, there's just too many lunatics there. And I think I'm tending to agree with them. So keep an eye on our mailbag. We'll be doing some interesting things. Also, don't forget to help support DCRTV. August is one of our slowest months of the year. It really is. We don't have a lot of ad deals coming due this month, and things, we still have the bills and everything else to pay. So really, if you haven't helped us lately, especially if you haven't made a donation this year, please think about it. $39 a month gets you a year of DCRTV Plus. A lot of cool memories there. And whatever you can afford, whatever. Just pop a check in the mail. The address is there on our support page, or you can send something via PayPal. Appreciate that very much. Thanks. All right, folks. Thanks for watching Dave TV for the 11th of August, 2013. Bazinga!